again, welcome back to this October 1st, 2012 edition of InfoWars Nightly News. I'm Alex Jones. Hard to believe that 2012 is very long in the tooth. Some people think the end of the world is coming. What is it, December 21st? Well, I don't have my bags packed to fly up to Hell Bop. Ladies and gentlemen, I think most of us are still going to be here after the Mayan prophecy comes and goes. But World War III, global meltdown, that stuff's in the cards. And that's why coming up after the popular Ask Alex segment with Christy Hightower for PlanetInfoWars.com, we're going to be talking to the premier. I mean, he's got shows on Discovery Channel, History, you name it. Decoded, the list goes on, Storage Wars. We're going to be talking to the owner of Atlas Survival Shelters. I'm quite frankly looking into these just for tornadoes and a bunch of other issues, and I thought, this guy's pretty darn interesting on the phone, because so I'll just get him on as a guest, and we're going to pick his brain about what type of folks are buying shelters. He's told me off air, but we'll see if he'll talk about it on air. That is coming up after, well, this usually turns into a lengthy segment, so I'll try to keep my questions down to a minimum. Christy Hightower, again, with PlanetInfoWars.com and the popular Ask Alex group there. She joins us here in studio. Christy, thanks for coming in. Thanks for having me. It's always intimidating to be in the studio. Why do you say that? It's just, you know. You said that during the break. Yeah, it's true. It's all the lights, and there's, you know, the round table, and you're sitting here. So. You know, it's funny. You came to work here, I don't know, 4 or 5 months ago or whatever it is, you know, to, you know, kind of moderate and help with the social networks. You've done a great job. And then I said, hey, you're going on TV. Yeah, like, oh, so here we go. Everybody's on TV around here. Everybody loves these questions. Like, everyone loves sending you questions. So this is popular only because they're great questions. So let's start it off. Planet Infor's user, on my feet, not on my knees, which I thought you'd have respect for there. It says, I'm awake, but my wife is not. I know she loves me, and I'm wanting to do anything to save our marriage, but my question is, did your wife awaken you? And also, if a partner does not awaken, how do you wake somebody up you can't live without? Wow, yeah. That is a super-duper question. Look, it comes down to this. Don't be angry at your wife or husband if they are not awake to the fact that the world is in a very dangerous cycle right now. No one can deny that who's informed, but don't be mad at them, because deep down it's scary to them what's going on. They don't want to admit it to themselves. That's the most common reason. There's others. And, you know, save the marriage. Well, my God, as long as you love each other, and as long as she's, you know, told about some of this information, as she sees things unfold, unfortunately, we wish we were wrong, yeah. She will begin to wake up more. But I can tell it's probably a new listener, because I've told this story before on air quite a few times. My wife was not into all this stuff. When she was my girlfriend 14, 15 years ago, almost 15 years, man, I'm getting old. And, yeah, because we were dating about 3 or 4 years before we got married, and then started having children, and it's been great. And you know, she was informed, and she knew about government corruption and stuff, but she's like, come on, you know, right. The government did Oklahoma City. Come on, all this, and then she'd already worked in PR and TV and stuff, and so I said, hey, I'm running Infowars.com. I got a guy who helps me part-time posting stories. You're good at computer stuff. Will you quit your job at the local TV station in PR and come into business with me? I said, and move in with me. Yeah, that's how that happened. I said, yeah. I said, yes. We're getting all the juicy gossip. You're getting all the juicy gossip. Now, notice how it happened. And I said, and just, I'll tell you what to post on the website. Do that, and I'll tell you who I want to get as guest, you know, be my producer. And she said, yeah, I don't like this job, you know, whatever. She was kind of sick of that, you know, job with the TV station. So she came to work for me, and within like 6 months, she's like, it's worse than you said. Wow. And I think that's what I found with a lot of crew members. I hire people here who aren't even into the, you know, reality stuff. They're kind of, but they automatically start seeing, hey, he's not making this stuff up. You can vary on the interpretation of things, but we try to tell the truth. Doesn't mean we don't make mistakes. And we're teleprompter free, so some of that happens. But we are for reality purposes only. We are for liberty purposes only. We are for freedom purposes only. We're not for entertainment purposes only, as some people like to say. So don't get mad at your family. Salesmen will tell you, it is harder to sell your family. It is hard to sell your boyfriend or girlfriend. It's harder to sell people that know you, you know, a snow cone in hell, or, you know, a you know, nice warm blanket to an Eskimo, if you're family. Yeah. It's easier to sell strangers because family thinks you're showing off to them. Family thinks you're, you know, there's a weird dynamic. A prophet's not known in their own country. So I said these would be short answers,
Yeah,
but
no,
kind of a long one right there.
Great. No,
but now I'll recite the Encyclopedia Britannica.
Yes, please. Ready, go. All right. This next one comes to you from Glenn, and he says, Alex, isn't the charter for the Federal Reserve up in 2013? Can we, the people, tell them to take a hike? What's the deal?
Well, we can do that anytime we want because Congress has the power of the purse, and Congress represents we the people. They say Romans 13, do what government says. But we are the government. It's government for, by the people.
Right.
But we're on top, not governments up here, and then we're, their authorities, and we're civilians. All this military occupation terminology they use by design.
Right.
And so, elaborating, what was the question again? I started thinking about systems of government.
The Federal Reserve. The
oh, that's right, Federal Reserve.
Yeah.
Really, the charter's already been continued. But it is symbolically the 100-year anniversary, so we should get rid of it.
Yeah. Do you think that's a possibility?
Yeah. In fact, we aired an In the Fed piece last week.
Yeah.
And the crew is out there, fighting hard, to expose that. I mean, just 10, 15 years ago, Ron Paul couldn't get a sponsor to audit the Fed. And now audit the Fed is, all the rage. So people are getting past the puppets and identifying the real power structure.
That's awesome. Then Sean asked, he says, this is a long one, so just brace yourself. Alex, could you go into more coverage of the psychiatry as a tool that the globalist elite use? It's always been a tool of global government, and the biggest danger, the psychiatric false procedures and methods are now being worming their way into regular medical procedures for diagnosis, hospital admissions, etc. The result, it is getting incredibly easy for a person to be committed or placed on dangerous drugs. Yeah. So, that's kind of where he stops, and then he asks you, what are your thoughts? Explain it. How is it used? Like, is there some kind of way to I guess manipulate it so it's not so people can.
Well, I mean, here's what's happening. Psychiatry comes out of Germany about 200 years ago, and then out of England, and they don't make any bones about it. This is in mainline history. It was corrupt oligarchies, corrupt royal families that said, we got people rebelling who don't want to be slaves. They were still slaves in Germany, in places like Prussia. They were war slaves, war soldiers. And nobody ever talks about that. And they were so brainwashed, with esprit de corps, they were happy to be raised as soldiers and then go off and die.
Right.
But it wasn't called slavery. It was indentured servitude. But they were slaves, war slaves. They were used against us in 1776 through that 7-year war, 6-year war. So psychiatry in the Soviet Union, in Nazi Germany, in every authoritarian system, they just say, oh, you're crazy. It's like witch burning. And there's no judge, there's no jury, there's no due process. You just disappear. And now they're doing that with the veterans with post-traumatic stress disorder. When you go in to see the doctor, it's like, how's things going? Got enough money at home? They don't tell you, oh, we're going to send CPS to take your kids because you said, oh, we're living with our parents now. Because, it's bad, because the family's a disease. The family's a tyranny. Like
Doesn't that violate doctor-patient confidentiality? I mean... Well,
but see, they're agents of the state. See?
Yeah.
And a lot of doctors are common sense and aren't little control freak demons, but a lot of them are on this power trip now. And psychiatry is coming out with hundreds of new designations, dozens of them, that say not trusting government's mentally ill. Well, George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, they're mentally ill.
Right.
And so it is a tool of authoritarianism now where you're being surveilled when you go to the hospital. You're being targeted. When we had 3 children at the hospital, the nurse would say, as my wife's sitting there, going into labor, oh, will you bring this down to floor 1 for me? And I bring it down for her, and I come back up. It's the head nurse, and my wife goes, she was asking me about, do we have money? Are you mean to me? I said, was she typing on that computer there on the wall? I go, yeah. And she comes in and I go, oh, you were doing that for the health department. I said, you didn't tell me and read me my rights that I was in a law enforcement area.
Yeah.
And the lady went from her fake smile, because they're on a power trip about this, to, oh, yeah? But then, years later, I made an even bigger issue out of it. Oh, I don't need to go downstairs. You can ask those questions here.
Right.
So it's like the state cares about women, but the men are bad. That's eugenics. That all comes out of about 100 years ago with race hygiene courts that the U.S. had. Hitler got all that from us in England, where they sterilized hundreds of thousands of women. Even if you were in the 4th grade, made a B-, they would, black, white, they didn't care. They'd take you and sterilize you. They might even just do medical experiments to you until you died. This is all part of our history. They tried to take over once before, but Hitler kind of made them look bad, and they said that, so they went underground. Now they're back. And the average nurse is just a brainwashed, power tripping person who's in their own tyranny. They're forced to take all the shots and everything as well, even though it's not the law. So they're there preying on you, and they get off on the whole secret agent thing. And so you have to understand, you're in a predatory mode now with InfraGard and all these groups everywhere.
Yeah.
You have to understand that it's not like you're fearful of them. They're just little mentally ill people following a program. They're little victims.
Yeah.
And you need to use it as a way to wake them up and say, hey, look, I know you're doing this for that program. The #1 cause of death in the U.S. now is hospitals. So you want to say I'm a criminal or imply I'm guilty until proven you're a slave, guilty until you've sucked me dry, guilty until, tyranny wins. It's not guilty until proven innocent now.
Right. No, that's out the door.
I mean, before it was innocent until proven guilty. Then it was guilty until proven innocent. Now it's guilty until we destroy you. Guilty until we dominate you. And so you need to just let them know, hey, you statistically are more dangerous than anybody. You know how many nurses kill people?
Yeah, by accident too.
But a lot of them, get off on it. Let's talk about you. How do I trust you?
Yeah.
Here, let's get a health department program on you. See, we're going to put it back on you. And it's not that all nurses are bad, but they're trying to take them and turn them into these tyrant enforcers.
Sometimes they do it without even knowing, too. I mean,
well, a lot of them are really nice and listeners. They're like, we're glad you're not injecting your kids. None of us do. Wow. Yeah, we see the kids have seizures after. Oh, wait, the head nurse is coming. Shh.
Wow.
I mean, it's a tyranny. They're under a tyranny, and a lot of people go into Stockholm Syndrome. Where they're being abused as nurses, they're being overworked, all this stuff's happening, they're being told to do things that are wrong, they're covering up deaths in the hospitals, and they're up, so a lot of them decide to go ahead and serve it. Well, it's all right what I'm doing. I'm a secret agent now. So that's what's going on. The whole medical system is a weaponized execution grid.
There's a lawsuit right now. The parents of a young girl, she died, and they're blaming it on the Gardasil vaccine. I'm sure it's one of many.
Oh, hundreds died. The trials of Gardasil, they know it. And it's a test to say, can we bring out a drug that we know is going to kill people? They couldn't even get it approved. So they had Rick Perry say it's mandated, which doesn't mean forced, but is on the list of state, pushing at the state health department. So by him saying government mandate, it gave it vaccine liability protection. Gave them immunity to then dump something they knew was killing people in the trials. I mean, that's cold-blooded right there.
Scary.
These are cold-blooded people. Now, are there still some good doctors and nurses that you break your leg, car wreck, they fix you up? Yeah, that's heroic medicine. It's good. But medicine itself has basically been taken over. The last vestiges under government-run health care, it's now death panels. You're not going to get treatment. You're going to pay more for it. We're going to screw you. Government's going to decide what you get.
Yeah, I know that's kind of scary, because if they mandate you have to take a vaccine.
Yeah, I'm ranting. But
no, it's great. I love it when you rant. This next one actually is from either Jesus or Jesus. I'm not sure, but his username. And he says that, how can people make a change in government, and especially the people that are running it? We've covered this a million times, but it's always, a nice thing to talk on. I'd want to know if we can bring back our liberties, sovereignty, and individual freedoms and the real American dream back to the country. So do you have any ideas? I mean, obviously we've talked about where to start and what you can do, and you fill us in with all kinds of information here at InfoWars. But
we have to stop underestimating evil, and we have to stop being naive. You may have good people in the system, corporate, government, whatever, that aren't bad themselves, but the directive is malevolent. It's not malevolent. It is dominating. It is corrupt. It is predatory. It's bad. And so we've got to just say, hey, we don't trust you. We don't like you. We withdraw our consent from you, and spread the word.
Yeah.
We got narcotics trafficking, murdering, corrupt mega banks, publicly caught shipping in the drugs, running the aircraft, and running white slavery rings. But I mean, you guys are crooks. You guys want to now have federal goons stick their hands down our pants and stick things in our drinks and teach us that we're criminals. It's all about you're guilty, Christy.
Right.
You're a criminal. Government's good. You're bad. Is that clear? You're bad. Government's good. You're bad.
Right.
Government's good. Let's say it together. I'm bad. Government's good. I'm a suspect. Government's above the law. Of
course.
I'm scum. Government's God. I'm a suspect. Government's above the law.
I think otherwise.
Government is God. Government is God.
You guys didn't want
Government is God.
Here at InfoWars, but
no, but you're learning.
No, yeah. Elusive with the term disability used to describe many different conditions. A good amount of them have absolutely nothing to do with physical handicaps. The UN Disability Treaty is not getting any mainstream press at all. Do you feel that over time the treaty could essentially be used to categorize and label every person on the planet?
Well, no, they're going to list everybody as having a disability and then take your rights away because
you don't fit the mold.
While always acting like they care about people with disabilities so much.
Right.
Oh, we have to do all this for disabilities, but we're not going to take care of old people. We're going to unplug them.
Right.
And we're not. Oh, you don't get eye surgery. You're above 60. You don't get knee surgery. It's for the greater good. Once they communalize everything, then they can say they've got to control behavior, like Michelle Obama saying what kids can eat in school, and mommies and daddies can't be trusted to pack lunches now all over the country. That's a federal mandate. Didn't just start in Chicago. They always beta test there. You can't trust parents to pack lunch. You don't think in a free country parents can pack lunches. I mean, my God, Christy.
GMO corn down those kids.
My Lord. I mean, what do you think? Yeah. Mommy, I heard once in America the government didn't give us the food, and I heard once families stayed together. There was a thing called family. That's not true. That's a conspiracy theory.
They took that word out of the dictionary.
We talked to a professor last week who said the family's a tyranny. That's in the textbooks. This is the corporate Borg. They rule. They're here.
Wow.
But take your shots, Christy.
Of course. On it.
Government, you know.
This government's coming is the next user that asks you, can anyone, I'm sorry, not government coming, God is coming is the next user. Can anyone...
You meant, oh, you got it right.
I've been saying government.
Government is God. God government is coming.
Well, yeah,
all states, oh my God, bureaucrat lordship, fluoride. Anyways, I'm sorry.
Can anyone tell me why in the world the Illuminati are making China stronger than the U.S.? China said they are preparing to accept any nation to begin accepting the yuan in place of the dollar to buy oil. So.
Well, yeah, China is the model. The deal was made back in the 70s because they'll run over people that protest with steamrollers.
Right.
I mean, here in Land of the Free, they just arrest protesters and people with chalk or people with signs. I mean, no one was ever allowed to protest. That's un-American. But in China, they're even more American, more freedom, where they run over you with steamrollers for no reason.
Yeah.
And they have, each city has 12 to 18 mobile execution vans. Guys, they won't believe it. Type it in. Where if you even protest, they just grab you, choke you, take you in, butcher you, and then rich people fly into China and Japan, Americans, and just get it. And if your kid needs it, they just kill a little kid and sell the organs. So, I mean, this is a really great place where government murders whoever they want. They're the model, Christy, and they can have Foxconn for Apple and Al Gore with the forced abortions inside the factory and suicide nets. It's very liberal and loving. Oh, Al Gore. He's our moral authority, and because that's the model, and by it being the, an absolute lowest common denominator, it lowers global standard of living to starve and make everyone poor so we can be more easily managed under Agenda 21 and forced austerity. So if we're so poor, we could never struggle against the elite. And that's why China is so loving and liberal, and why Al Gore loves the suicide nets. Because, the Apple-controlled factories are the worst because they're liberal, Christy. These are good people.
Yeah, just, skip around the net as you jump. Just hope you can jump far enough at that point. All right, Paul JB07, countless government agencies are allocating more power. This power is going to unelected officials with the power to request federal...
Well, look at the name, officials. Since they used to be servants.
Right.
Public, now it's officials.
Right, officially everything they say is
and it's official when they say it.
Yeah, of course.
It's like the federal is not federal or a reserve, but it sounds good. It's federal and it's a reserve, damn it.
Very misleading. It's whatever, yeah, it's all marketing.
Anti-American? What are you against steamrollers rolling over people? What's wrong with the UN in India injecting 67,000 kids with live polio on purpose? What's wrong with kids dying or being paralyzed for life?
Yeah.
What kind of extremist are you? I'm going to worship the government right now. In fact, look, let me look at the camera right over there. You have done, you're so good. Oh, and all you with your reflected power trips off the corrupt system. Oh, you're powerful. Oh, TSA, all of you. Oh, you're powerful. Sorry.
Yeah, it's really sad, actually. We make jokes here, but it's definitely very serious.
No, I think it's a great government. I agree with the textbooks they give CPS, and I've shown them from colleges saying the family's a disease. Absolutely. Hell yeah. Look at the television, what it tells us. Families are bad. Freedom's bad.
Right.
Private property's bad. World government's good. Big mega banks exempt and giant jet planes and palaces everywhere. And I live in a 250 square foot Agenda 21 box with poison in the water, murdering me. Damn it, Christy, these are good people.
That's awesome.
I mean, damn it, I like the New World Order. I realize I've been a conspiracy theorist for not liking it.
Oh, man. Got to change jobs now, Alex.
Well, I mean, what is my problem? I need to sign on to killing those Indian kids, 67,000. Just last year, they're killing more right now. That's liberal. Damn it, I'm signed on.
And you know, what's really scary is everybody...
Liberal. I'm loving. I'm sorry.
Flu shots. No, you're talking about vaccines.
Oh, hell, we're saying it doubles your chances of flu the next year and kills everybody. Good. That's good, too.
Frustrating.
Damn it, it's time to get on board with this.
Yeah. Yes! I know. Every time I see that, I just want to punch the screen. I'm like, what are you talking about?
You just want to fall down and worship them. They're authorities, they're officials, and you're a dirty civilian.
Dirty after taking the vaccine, that's for sure. All right, so we're going to get back to the question.
No, I got to worship government right now. Hold on. Go back right now.
We've got to get it out of your system.
I focus on God. I'm sorry.
Well, you know, countless government agencies are allocating more power. So
good.
Yeah.
Read it with officials.
Oh yeah.
The officials.
The officials. The power.
The word official. Just even looking at their power makes me feel powerful. I just want to imagine that this is a government boot. Here, Christy.
Oh no, it's
here,
tiny.
Here. Government boot. This is Janet Napolitano's boot that she stomps on freedom, stomps on little kids with, partial birth abortions, world government, steamroller smashing people, and I just want to worship it. Oh God, I love your power. Oh, government, murder more people. Government, control freak parasites, rule me. I just love. Oh, it's so good. I just worship every form of parasite. I love ticks and fleas and tapeworms. Okay, I'm going to stop. I want to stop right now.
No, all right. Paul JB07. This is what happens. This is what happens.
Well, you ask Alex.
I never know what's going to happen.
I'm kind of going to the other side.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've done one of these, so it's good. We're getting it all out here.
Is that a little ridiculous, guys?
I liked it. Yeah. All right, so we're going to repeat the question. Don't freak out, Alex. All right. This power is going to unelected officials. Power. Request federal assistance anytime they choose. By this, I am referring to agencies such as EPA with their ambiguous definitions of wetlands and the oppression that is placed on good families for seemingly no reason.
Well, the EPA, take land, there's a puddle on their property they've had 100 years, and give it to the bureaucrats to build on it. But give people GMO that makes their organs fail. I love the EPA.
Golly, that French study was very powerful. Those
rats have been given the gift of dying a horrible death, and so have we. What's wrong with it?
Yeah, gift of dying.
Show the rats. Show the French study with the giant GMO rats. Show the gift of Monsanto. In fact, I want to worship Monsanto right now. Oh, Monsanto, thank you for the dioxin that you gave all the black people to kill them. Oh, thank you for the Agent Orange. Oh, thank you for buying Searle and getting aspartame that's killed tens of millions legalized and forced into everything. Oh, thank you, Monsanto, for all the GMO that grows its own pesticides that kills the bugs that we eat it. Thank you, Monsanto, for everything you do. Look at the gift of that little, look.
Yeah, sign me up.
Oh, 70% had their lives cut in half and giant tumors they drug around. Oh, God. Oh, it's so beautiful what Monsanto does. See, now
it's scary. People see this and they still eat Doritos and they still eat Cheetos and they still eat all.
Because it's good, Christy. They're officials. You are a civilian. Shut up and eat it. God Almighty! What is your problem, extremist?
What did I know? What do I know? Yeah, exactly. Government.
What is the problem? Damn it!
Tell me what to eat. Tell me what to inject. All right. Noah asked on July 18th, 1994, North Korea tyrant Kim Il-sung died of a heart attack just 3 days before.
Oh my God, a leader! Oh my God, a government leader! He died! Oh my God! Don't even remind me! Oh God, these questions are... I love Kim Jong-un. He's so handsome and good. He did so much for everybody. Oh, Chrissy, I can't.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, good, guys. I think that...
No, keep going. This is please don't talk bad about my leader.
Your leader. All right. So
I don't want to be anti-government. I get listed as a Homeland Security as a bad guy. I like Kim Jong-il. All government leaders are good. Romans 13. My church says worship government. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm thinking you're already on that list. I'm just going to throw that out there. Okay, so essentially he dies of a heart attack.
Oh, my God, my poor little baby.
Oh. A secret peace summit with the South Korean president in less than a month after meeting Jimmy Carter. So is this where they agreed to stop his research program? Coincidence?
Oh, just the name Kim Jong-il. I just think of his power, his love, all he did for humanity. Just please don't be disrespectful of him. I don't know what happened with that. Just another scumbag dead. Anyways, yeah. I'm sorry. Oh, I talk bad about him. Anyways, let's go to the last questions now.
All right. Well, this is like the second last question. I saw it's come from Peacemaker, and he says, I saw a documentary film on German TV where they said that they clone animals even in Argentina. The Germans do it too, but they claim to do it only for science, which I don't believe.
Well, it makes it okay.
I'm sure they do it for people to eat, but do you think this is harmful to the human body? What is your review?
Oh, no, they would never.
Cows in America, etc.
No. Sure, we're eating cloned food now.
And I apologize, that was a girl user planning for us.
But I mean, well, that's to even have genders now. They say in German, in France is racist. So
my mistake.
Don't say girl.
So
say carbon unit to serve Globalon.
I'm writing that down.
Globalon, carbon unit that serves Globalon.
All right.
Zombietron. I prepare to merge with the great Globalon. Anyways, Jacobson, are you enjoying the show today?
Got to keep it going here. Got to keep it fresh. Yeah, so what are your thoughts on cloning food? I mean, we already...
Well, it doesn't exist.
GMO does to humans.
Or no world government exists either. No, I think the GMO companies are good people, and they care. They want to help people, Christy.
Of course.
And even though I told people 15 years ago they had cross-species clones, part human, part animal, but what's the big deal with that?
The ear on the back of the mouse and things like that.
Yeah, exactly. There's no sanctity in human life.
Yeah, it's creepy.
That's why they say babies aren't humans. Well, now they have bioethicists saying kill 3-year-olds. Because good people run the government.
Of course.
Christy, so...
I guess you could probably do your own research. It'd be interesting to see future research on cloned animals.
No, we should do a whole issue on clones in the magazine.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Can you imagine those?
By the way, here's that. There's some crash commercial plugging. Support the free speech, folks. We sell these at cost in bulk, 10 packs, 20 packs, up to 100 packs. It's a very evil magazine that quotes the elite saying they're poisoning your food and water and planning to kill everybody. You know, they're killing you with soft kills, so you kind of crawl off and die, don't know what kill you. Kind of like you kill rats with delayed poisons. They don't die right there in your house. You know, it's all their admissions, but who cares about facts? You should read this to learn how wonderful it is that they're all killing you, and just how gracious our leaders' plans are, and how scum-filled we are, and how gracious it is that they're killing us slowly so we die slowly, because we deserve to die slowly, because we're filth, like the Fallujah children with 14 times the global rate of birth defects from the DU. I mean, they deserve it, according to the globalists. I mean, I wouldn't agree with that, but I'm scum myself.
Right.
You know, I don't have the higher understanding of, you know, being able to crush little humans. Like, yeah, because I'm not an authority, an official. Anyway, so we get right back to this article. It's available at InfoWarsStore.com, InfoWars Magazine. You can also sign up for a year and get them delivered to you. The shipping is included in that, so you just order once and 13 issues come to you. And people can support the First Amendment here. That'll soon be outlawed, thank God.
Right.
Thank God they're shutting down free speech immediately. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Get rid of that. One more thing on the magazine. I am so impressed with those graphics. I mean, you are too. The graphics from those guys is incredible. Like,
well, these are extremists. I mean, they should all be government approved before they could write something that might be anti-government. I mean,
of course, we wouldn't want that.
They need more Prozac, more Ritalin, more GMO.
Yes, and lots of fluoride, lots and lots of it.
Anyway, so...
all right, last question from Benjamin comes to you. He says, hey, Alex, I really want to know, what do you think about something that came up at my work? I work for a major Fortune 100 corporation, and recently they decided that they were going to pay to have your blood taken to get a discount, how conveniently, on your health insurance. So the way that they worded it was, get your non-smoker discount. It really reminded me of the TSA slogan, we know you're not a terrorist, now prove it. So the whole thing comes a little...
Yeah, no, they have the Department of Defense goes around even small businesses and says, give us the urine of your employees to make sure they're not on drugs while they're shipping the drugs in.
What country?
So it's all medicalized.
That? There's a country that tests like individual pockets of urine in their country. I think it's like...
Singapore.
Is it Singapore? Yeah.
Some others do it.
Yeah.
But the issue is that it's total tyranny. And it's like, if you want a job, you're going to conform. We're going to look at everything in your blood and know, now we own your genetics, just like they've been taking babies' blood for 40 years at birth worldwide and keeping it secret. Now they had to admit it. And you know,
in the name of what? Science or research?
no, they use it. Well, they use it for bioweapons development. They also patent your particular proteins and things. And when you go to get a genetic treatment, they go, "Well, that's not going to be $10,000. It's going to be $1 million." There's actual court cases because we got your blood 37 years ago at birth.
Illegally, yeah.
Well, no. The government. They say we own it, and then the courts are going to rule they do own it. They do whatever they want. I mean, these people are already putting poison in our food and our water because they love us so much.
Right.
Because they're such good people.
What is it? Seattle or Oregon? Is it Seattle? Not, well, Oregon's a state, but Seattle, was it Seattle?
Are you an extremist? You know the names of states?
Well, I don't know.
That's even worse. My God.
But Seattle, wasn't it Seattle like a couple weeks ago that they were protesting about the fluoride and they're doing it anyways in their water?
Well, of course. I mean, the Harvard study admits massive cancer increases in brain damage. Because we need to be brain damaged because the loving government and the mega corporations are good people.
We won't cut down otherwise.
We shouldn't get upset about them killing us.
Well, you're drinking a fluoride, you won't be upset anymore. You'll just hang out. Mine's zombie.
Or you might start licking boots.
Yeah, or you might do that. I don't know. So yeah, what do you?
Hey, I'll do anything, to be serious here at the end.
Yeah.
I'll do anything to try to get through to people out there. Because, I mean, this is real. Right. This is happening.
Yeah.
And so sometimes I am a little satirical. You know, just to illustrate how out of control all this is.
Right.
But I mean, hearing them call themselves authorities, it kind of, and officials, it kind of, it's a little bit of a button with me.
Yeah, it's egotistical.
And of course, 1984 is the boot stomping on the human face forever. That could be the new American flag.
Oh yeah.
It's like a baby with a boot stomping on it.
The boot stomp. Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I mean, you know. Babies with Al Qaeda.
Yeah.
How do we know it's not with Al Qaeda?
A little turban and all that. Oh my goodness. Well, thank you all for tuning in. PlanetInfowars.com. If you go there and you have a question, go to the Ask Alex group. Send in your great questions. Keep them coming. Thank
Chrissy,
you.
did you know this would happen when you came in here today?
I had absolutely no idea, but it's always a surprise with you. So.
All right. Well, let me just add one more thing. Good job, Christy.
Thank you.
PlanetInfowars.com. And the Ask Alex section, one of the most popular there.
Absolutely.
Because Christy's on it. We're going to go to break and come back, and I got to get in a more serious mode here. We're going to be talking to Atlas Survival Shelters. We're going to be talking about what type of folks are buying these emergency bomb shelters. We're going to cover that straight ahead. Chris, anything else?
That's it for us. Keep the questions coming and stay active because we're watching, so we're listening.
Like the NSA.
Right, yeah, but not so creepy. We're not tapping your phones.
Government's not creepy. That'll have to be put in your file. You mean we're watching and listening what they say on Planet InfoWars?
Oh yeah.
That's bad though. That's free association. That's naughty.
But the government
the table here. But the government spying on us without warrants, that is a good thing.
Right, we love that. But we all volunteered on our Facebook pages, you know. I mean, they're tracking down people just because they tweet, "Oh, I'm at the baseball game," so you know.
Won't it just be better, Christy, when the elite have killed 90% of the world population? I mean, I'm starting to realize that's really trendy.
I'm gonna have to get you some skinny jeans and a PBR and some hipster style glasses.
I am a damn hipster. All right, that's it.
All right. Thank you, Alex.
Thank you, Christy. We'll be right back. Visit Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. When you're on the site, you can also tune in 24 hours a day to my daily radio broadcast. There's also a free iPhone app to listen to the syndicated radio show when and where you want.